I would love to see that one see what happens. I can't say which one will win. I would probably lean towards Shakur because, you know, he's probably a good, better boxer, but that doesn't mean that he's going to be able to beat up people in a 12-round fight where he's got a lot of different moves too as well. So, we'll see.
Tim Bradley said that he feels like Shakur Stevenson can hurt you. Not necessarily with power, but by frustrating you, controlling the distance, nullifying your offense, just making you look bad. He said that he feels like Shakur has superior boxing IQ compared to you.
That's cool. That's his opinion. That's cool. Everybody has an opinion like an asshole.
In the world of boxing, everyone loves a knockout artist. The crowds scream for the brawlers, the risk-takers, the fighters who put their chins on the line to land that one devastating shot. Teofimo Lopez has built his entire takeover brand on that explosive, unpredictable energy. But according to boxing legend Shane Mosley, that very same energy is exactly why he is walking into a trap. Mosley recently sat down to break down the potential super fight between Teofimo Lopez and Shakur Stevenson, and his verdict wasn't just a simple prediction, it was a warning. While the casual fans are debating power versus speed, Mosley believes the fight has already been decided by a single, brutal factor: intellect.
You know, Shakur is a very talented, skillful, technique fighter.
Yeah.
You know, can't take anything away from it. However, scared to get hit. Scared to get knocked out in front of the world, scared to get touched up in front of the world. And
are you saying that off of the last fight or just
in general?
In general.
In general.
Yeah.
In general. Me and Shakur sparred before. We did 3 rounds, and it was just light work and me trying to figure out his jab. Does he have a good jab? Yeah, he does. But once you pass his jab, it's game.
Yeah.
It's food. It's lunch food. I am the best. I don't see no contract that says Shakur's name on there.
Yeah.
So until then, I'm gonna say and talk my stuff.
Yeah.
And if you want to come that way, then come that way. I mean, you have investors that are with you, and that's great. But they understand that they cannot have you come this way because I am too much.
Shane Mosley isn't just picking a winner here. He's exposing a fundamental flaw in Teofimo's game that most people are overlooking. He argues that Shakur Stevenson isn't just a defensive wizard. He is something far more dangerous, something the Mosleys call a power boxer. This isn't about running away or surviving the rounds. It's about a level of ring IQ that turns an opponent's aggression against them. If you think you know how this fight plays out, think again. Because the man who stood in the ring with Floyd Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao says we are looking at this matchup all wrong. To understand why the Mosley camp is so confident in Shakur, you have to listen to the man who trained a legend. Jack Mosley, Shane's father and trainer, didn't mince words when he broke down Shakur's style. He dropped a fascinating nugget of history that completely reframes how we should look at Stevenson. Jack revealed that he met Shakur when the kid was just 6 or 7 years old, and even back then, he saw a ghost of his own son in him. He called Shakur a hell of a boxer, but he was quick to correct the interviewer on what that actually means.
I just had one last fight I wanted to pass to you, the Shakur Teofimo fight.
I love it. I just love the fight, but I don't know who's going to win.
Teofimo Lopez.
Who's going to fight?
Shakur Stevenson.
I'm going with Stevenson.
Why is that, Jack?
Jack Mosley claims he coined the phrase power boxer specifically to describe fighters like Shane and now Shakur. The general public often labels Shakur as boring or a runner because he doesn't stand in the pocket and trade blows. But Jack argues that this is a lazy analysis. A power boxer is someone who has the mechanics to knock you out but chooses to dissect you instead. It's the perfect blend of safety and snapping power. Jack sees Shakur not as a fighter who is afraid to engage, but as a master technician who is simply refusing to play a game he can't control. This historical comparison to a prime Shane Mosley suggests that Shakur is hiding significantly more offensive firepower than he usually shows, waiting for a reckless opponent like Teofimo to force him to unleash it.
Fast but not faster. And he got good foot movement and feet. Good foot movement wins fights. He got good movement to get you in place to throw punches.
Like Teofimo has good foot movement too.
Yeah.
He be all over the place. He's like moving.
He's not going to beat Stevenson.
Yeah, beat Stevenson?
No, his eyes are too good.
Too good?
His eyes,
His face ain't bruised up.
So you heard Shakur. Pop say you got him.
One of the most compelling arguments Jack Mosley made boils down to efficiency and longevity. He pointed out something that is impossible to ignore if you watch the tape: the condition of the fighters' faces after the final bell. Jack noted that when Teofimo Lopez fights, even when he wins, he often leaves the ring bruised up, cut, and swollen. He takes punishment to give punishment. It's a style that relies on durability and heart, which Teofimo has in spades, but it comes at a steep price. Contrast that with Shakur Stevenson. Jack emphasized that Shakur rarely, if ever, looks like he's been in a fight. His face is clean. There are no bruises, no cuts, no swelling. This isn't just about vanity, it's about errors. Every bruise on Teofimo's face represents a mistake, a moment where his defense failed. Every clean exit for Shakur represents a calculation that worked. The Mosleys argue that over 12 rounds, those mistakes add up. If Teofimo can't figure out a way to touch Shakur without getting countered, he's going to find himself punching shadows while his own face swells shut. It's a ruthless breakdown of efficiency versus ego, and the Mosleys are betting on efficiency every single time.
He's not bruised all up like Teofimo Lopez, bruised up, getting knots and stuff all upside his face, so that means he's getting hit a lot.
Is there like a superior efficiency to what he does? Because Lopez will do a cross-arm defense, all kinds of moves, and then Shakur just little half step back. Like, is that efficiency?
He's doing all that moving. He's just like, okay, bam, okay, bam, 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 just hitting it. He ain't gonna be able to do nothing.
I'm so happy Jack came in the interview, Shane.
Shane Mosley took the analysis a step further by breaking down the physical attributes that make Shakur a nightmare for a fighter like Teofimo. Shane gave Teofimo his credit, acknowledging that the takeover likes to come forward and bring the fight to you. He respects the dog in him, but Shane was quick to pivot to the physical reality of the matchup. He described Shakur as taller, rangier, and crucially, smarter.
To the East Coast, you've been in the ring with Shakur Stevenson. You know him better than a lot of fighters. What do you think about this matchup? Who wins this fight, and how close is it?
I feel like now, I've been in the ring when I was like 16. It's been a little while. Yeah. And, I'm sure he's a total different fighter, but I have recently seen Teofimo spar, like a couple years back. He sparred one of the guys from my gym. And, I think it's safe to say that it's going to be a competitive fight. It's definitely going to be a competitive fight. Shakur going to be on his game. Teo going to be on his game. Shakur going to get his hits off. Teo going to get his hits off. I feel like in the later rounds, I feel like Shakur is going to be, he's going to pull away with the victory just based off being disciplined. At this level, they both skill for skill. They both got skills. You can't take that away from them. But at this level, it's all about, the small details. Who's disciplined, who's able to focus throughout the whole, fight. And just based off of, they past fights, you kind of see Teo sometimes like discipline, but Shakur, he could stay locked in for the 12 rounds. He could stick to his game plan for the 12 rounds. And I feel like that's what's going to separate the winner from the loser. And I feel like Shakur going to be victorious.
It's that word smarter that carries the most weight coming from a Hall of Famer. Shane explained that Shakur's footwork is the key that unlocks the whole fight. Good foot movement isn't just about dancing away. It's about positioning yourself to land while the other guy is off balance. Shane believes Shakur is just as fast, if not faster, than Teofimo, but his ability to control the distance means Teofimo will constantly be reaching. This is the trap. Teofimo relies on his explosive athleticism to close gaps, but if he tries to lunge in against someone with Shakur's range and IQ, he's going to walk directly into counters all night long. Shane admitted he thinks Shakur edges him. It might not be a knockout, but it will be a surgical dismantling where Teofimo's biggest weapons are rendered useless.
Being different, he gotta keep, in boxing, it's got 12 rounds. It's a long time. You gotta go into a fight understanding all right, cool. I'm not going I'm gonna keep showing this person different looks. It might not work, or he might hit me, but I don't want to get him comfortable with the look, or keep giving him one look that's gonna allow me to win the fight. It's like, all right, I'm gonna give him one look, and I'm gonna give him a little bit what he wants to see, but I'm gonna keep going back to it, and then by the later rounds, that's when I'm gonna just take over and assert my dominance. But I feel like that's the key. That's the key to his victory is keep giving Shakur different looks and being disciplined, man. Like that's the main thing, to be disciplined. Shoot your jab, put your other hand up. Shoot your right hand, put the other hand up. Don't curl. Like just a little annoying stuff. And yeah.
There is also a psychological layer to this that the Mosleys hinted at. The research around this fight shows a massive clash of personalities. You have Teofimo Lopez, who is often emotional, erratic, and fueled by chaos inside and outside the ring. Then you have Shakur Stevenson, who fights with a cold, almost robotic detachment. Fans on forums and social media often criticize Shakur for being a brat or arrogant. But inside the ropes, that arrogance translates to discipline.
Now, a lot of people will say style-wise, Teddy, style-wise, is this going to be a great fight? I don't know if it will. I mean, style-wise, I could see you having a little reservations, whether or not these guys will make for dynamite, they will make, for electricity. I don't know if they will, but I tell you what they will make for. Two skillful fighters, two talented fighters, two fighters that are at a high skill level that will compete in the sweet science. I mean, Shakur showed aggression in his last fight against Zepeda, being elusive while being aggressive. Walking them down, fighting on the inside, boxing well, still being able to counter, still being able to control space, but also be able to go into tight quarters and not be afraid to show that he's good on the inside too, that he can make you miss and make you pay outside and inside. Shakur showed that. That was great. That was great, and people applaud him. I applaud him. We were sitting there ringside. I was sitting there actually with your sister, ringside, watching that fight. And it was a terrific performance. Shakur showing that dimension, showing that attitude, showing that competitive, showing that dog like people like to show or like to talk about, and they wanted to see in Shakur. Well, they saw it.
Shane Mosley's comments suggest that this discipline is the ultimate weapon against chaos. Teofimo thrives on making the fight a brawl, on dragging his opponent into deep waters where instinct takes over. But you can't drag a computer into a brawl. Shakur's too smart approach means he simply won't accept the invitation to trade. This frustrates opponents. We've seen it happen time and time again. Fighters get angry that Shakur won't stand still. They get reckless, and then they lose. Shane seems to believe that Teofimo, for all his talent, is susceptible to this exact frustration. If Teofimo can't cut off the ring, a criticism many fans share, he's going to spend 36 minutes chasing a ghost, and that is a mentally exhausting place to be. You might be thinking, well, that's just one legend's opinion. But we need to look at the context of Shane Mosley's current mindset to understand why his praise for Shakur matters. In the same interview, Shane gave his unfiltered thoughts on the Jake Paul versus Anthony Joshua rumors, and he didn't hold back. He called it a total mismatch and said if Jake Paul won, he would never watch boxing again. He is a purist. He hates the circus.
See, what Teofimo Lopez is, bro, he's a hell of an athlete, man. And he can contort his body in different ways, in different times, you know what I mean, to create offense for himself. Seriously, I'm sitting there watching him against Sandor Martin, and I'm watching this guy, figuring it out. Yeah, distance, distance definitely, when a guy was able to maintain distance, yes, it becomes challenging for Teo. It does. But the thing is with Teo is he's a risk taker. All right. And the thing that I know about Shakur Stevenson is that Shakur has to be on balance. Shakur has to feel safe because he's a defensive first type of fighter. And Shakur won't deploy any offense unless he truly feels he's going to land. So with that being said, it's like Teo, when he's attacking you and he's coming from these weird, odd angles, Teo is not afraid to get hit with a shot. He's not afraid of that, right? Teo can adjust his balance as he's attacking you. adjust his punches as he's attacking you. So, you know, when Shakur is trying to step out on that line, right? When he's trying to get his distance, move left or right, you know, when he gets along the ropes, you know, or, you know, when he's stepping back, boom, boom, you know what I'm saying? Teo is going to be following him.
This establishes Shane's no BS meter. He isn't hyping up Shakur Stevenson because it's the trendy thing to do or because he wants headlines. In fact, criticizing the boring fighter is usually the safer bet for engagement. But Shane respects the sweet science above all else. When he calls Shakur a better boxer, he is speaking from a place of deep technical appreciation. He validates the idea that while knockout power sells tickets, boxing IQ wins legacies. If a guy who has seen it all says Shakur is too smart to lose, we have to take that analysis as gospel until proven otherwise.
All right, hey, thanks to both of you. You know, you got a potential beautiful moment Saturday, three generations together, and, you know, may the best man win. But any last words you want to say about your grandson fighting for a world title, Jack?
I think if he use some of my combinations, he's going to do the job. He's going to get him down. If he threw that 3 punches or 6 punches I taught him a long time ago when he was coming up, if he put some of that in the mix, he's going to do his job.
Thank you, guys.
The interview wrapped up with a nod to the future, as Jack Mosley spoke about his grandson, Shane Mosley Jr., fighting for a world title. It was a reminder that this family lives and breathes boxing history. They have seen generations of fighters come and go. They know the difference between a flash in the pan and a generational talent. By backing Shakur, they are effectively passing the torch of the power boxer lineage. Ultimately, the Mosley verdict is clear. Teofimo Lopez is dangerous, explosive, and exciting, but he is fighting a checkers match against a guy playing 4D chess. The power boxer doesn't need to brawl to prove he's tough. He just needs to hit you more than you hit him. It sounds simple, but as Shane explained, it's the hardest thing in the world to master. Unless Teofimo can completely reinvent his footwork and patience, the takeover might just get shut down by the truth.
Boxing is like Shakur in this way. Boxing got very bad, but it's getting good, but people don't give boxing that much room anymore. Because if boxing sucked for a minute, they'll say that's why boxing's dying. Or if a fight doesn't happen, it's like that's why I don't watch boxing anymore. There's no tolerance now. Shakur's performance in this last fight was actually pretty good. It's just the tolerance for Shakur's style is not even, he couldn't afford that performance. But the performance was pretty.
So the lines have been drawn. On one side, you have the explosive power and heart of Teofimo Lopez. On the other hand, you have the icy precision and power boxer intellect of Shakur Stevenson. Shane Mosley has made his pick, and he's betting the house on IQ over chaos. But what do you think? Is Shane underestimating the unpredictability of Teofimo, or is Shakur simply too disciplined to be touched? Let us know in the comments if you think the power boxer style is the future of the sport, or if it's ruining the excitement. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more deep dives into the fight game's biggest rivalries.